Good morning, boys and girls. Probably wondering what I'm doing outside of a double-decker bus. That's my dwellings for the moment. That's where I'm staying. We're staying on a double-decker bus, which is stuck. In other words, we've chosen to do so. We're off grid, which means I've missed an awful lot of the West Ham news. So that, which is sort of part of the charm of it, really. But as I understand it, I thought I'd do a little video now because I've heard about George Earthy. We would take a little bit of a walk, around it. There's a lake there, by the way. It's not as grim as it looks, actually. So, I've heard George Earthy is moving to Bristol City on loan. 1 season, great move. Absolutely fantastic move for Earthy there. They lost, what was it, the season before last, they lost Alex Scott. It was a big deal for them. He was sort of playing number 10 a lot of times, sometimes played a little bit deeper for him. Really great player, technical player, really skillful. Was the hub of a lot of the good stuff they did. We were heavily linked with him ourselves. In fact, people were even saying that we were bidding for him at the time, which I don't think we were. And you've got to probably now, looking back on it, factor in that David Moyes still had his hands all over the West Ham transfer strategy. We probably never were. He never was a David Moyes type player. However, Bristol City lost him. He went to Bournemouth. Bit of an injury checkered start there to Bournemouth. And they've been possibly lacking that for a little bit since then. We played against them. They were very good against us, by the way. Very, very good against us. Played them twice last season, didn't we? They bullied us. Absolutely bullied us. But anyway, I feel they've been missing that sort of creative hub. And I just think Earthy's a perfect fit. Absolutely perfect fit for him, actually. And I think for us and for Earthy himself, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. Went and watched a lot of the youngsters, including Earthy, last season. Watched them away at Wycombe in the EFL Trophy. And they did well. You could see they were highly skilled. You've got to remember, this group of players were kicking everybody's arse pretty much in Premier League 2 last season. In the European campaign, got to the semi-final. Were the only under-21 team to get to that knockout stage that they did in the EFL Trophy. Obviously, the under-18s have won the Youth Cup the year before. Absolutely exceptional. Really exceptional. However, when we got to that point where it got to the knockout in men's football, and you say under-21s, a lot of these guys were 17, 18 years of age. Against full-grown men, they struggled physically. There's no other way to say it. It's going to do him the world of good. Look, we know Callum Marshall. He's gone out to Huddersfield. I think Kelly's gone out Doncaster at push. I think that might be happening. It's already happened. This is really, really good for Earthy. I feel they needed a season on loan to help their development. Now, I'll tell you what was really interesting, actually, because about a week or two ago, something like that, Lopetegui had said that he was going to use a youngster this season. But he very much alluded to the fact that he thought next year would be the year for the youngsters, which sort of makes sense that he's going to get a load of them out on loan, which makes me wonder, who's the one? Who's the one? I think... Now, I was thinking it was going to be Earthy, to be honest with you. If you look at it, he came on as a substitute. Let me switch on, bloody hate that. I used to do that all the time. I'm out of practice. Once I get the dog, we'll be back doing the walk videos again, and we'll have a lot more of it. I need to build up the muscles, actually. I've been lazy. Been basically eating barbecues and getting rode around that lake for the past 3 days. I think that one's probably going to be Freddie Potts. I did think it was going to be Earthy because he kept on coming as a substitute all the time. Yeah, got to be Freddie Potts really now, isn't it? I've got to show you something in a minute. Right, I'm not joking. Hold on. We'll get back onto the West Ham stuff. This is the shower. I'm not mucking around. I'm telling you, this is the shower. Have a look at this. I have to walk backwards because I can't switch the camera around. That's the shower. That is it. It is actually hot. There's a boiler there. That shower is actually hot. But anyway, that's a novelty. I won't show you the toilet. But so we're very, very off grid. Anyway, going to be really good for Earthy. Really great for him, I think. And I do think the player we're going to get back is going to be twice a player. And I think, very, very usable next season. So smart move. We got the loans so wrong last season. We just got our loans terribly. Certainly Callum Marshall going off to West Brom. To be fair, Freddie Potts works out really, really well, but I don't know, it's just a really good club to go to, Wycombe. Anyway, so good news, great news on that front. It's been quite funny actually being away and trying to follow the West Ham news. Because I was convinced, just watching it from afar, I've got a little bit of signal here, but not a lot, and I'm not checking my phone constantly, to be perfectly honest with you. But I thought we'd signed Wan-Bissaka yesterday. I thought, that's it, it's a done deal, so I'm not surprised. I understand it this morning. So apparently Fabrizio Romano tweeted last night, it's a done deal. And apparently he's erased his tweet today. I don't know how true that is. But we need to get this done now. We need to get this done. And I understand there's some sort of haggle still going on over that loyalty bonus. He wanted 7 million. I got, as far as we knew last week, he'd agreed to accept 5 million. So I was surprised when you hear, now he wants 6.5. I don't know, it just makes it really, really hard to do that deal, doesn't it? Makes it really hard to do that deal. So we need to get it sorted, because I think probably Lopetegui probably had it in mind that he was going to play in the game against Aston Villa. You had to think that was going to be the case. To be fair, I did think Soufal was better against Celta Vigo. He was better in that one, but you want Wan-Bissaka going in there. He's had a pre-season. There was only 2 games ago for Man United in their pre-season. He played more minutes than any other Manchester United player. So that's got to be a really good reason for him to be there. He shouldn't need, it's only really tactical. Fitness, he should be there. Tactical in terms of getting up with Lopetegui's tactics. It's just whether he feels comfortable enough doing that. Basically, it boils down to, let's just have a sit down a second. Nice little spot. It just really boils down to whether Lopetegui thinks that Aaron Wan-Bissaka's fitness is sort of supersedes Vladimir Soufal's, I guess, the way he's already embedded himself into the tactics of the coach. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Needs to get it done. Very interested to see if Todibo plays or not, starts that game. He should. I'd hope he would. But again, I just don't know how fit he is for that one. But the Wan-Bissaka one, I mean, for you guys, particularly if you've got better internet connection than me, which I'm sure you do, I bet it must be quite frustrating for that Wan-Bissaka deal to be dragging as much as it is. And the thing is, I think once you get to this point, we've committed ourselves to that deal. It's not like it was maybe 3 weeks ago. I think, well, hold on a second, we could still go for that Martinez, the young, wasn't that Arnold Martinez, the young Spanish lad? It's not like we could say, oh no, actually we're going to turn our attention to Walker Peters. We've made it clear, with the guy's had his medical, Wan-Bissaka's had his medical, personal terms been agreed. We can't pull out now, so we've left ourselves in a little bit of a sticky situation with that one, maybe. But he's the guy we want. Whether it's Steiten or Lopetegui or a combination of both, he's clearly the guy we want. There you go. Happy days. Look, I think it'll happen. Hopefully it'll be happening. Hopefully, I'm recording this early. I say early Tuesday morning. Who am I kidding? That they're all sleeping in hammocks on the. There's the bus up there. You can see it. All the kids were sleeping in hammocks up there. There is a bed. I'm sleeping in it, so I can't complain. But I had a little bit of a lie-in. But it's at the moment it's Tuesday morning. Just maybe get this. I'm gonna have to give this video to Gio and ask him to upload it. I'm gonna go into town. We're gonna go in. We're gonna go and have an ice cream and and a bite to eat and some fish and chips by the seafront. I'll upload this to Gio, and hopefully by the time this is uploaded, so we can just entitle it a George Earthy thing. Hopefully Wan-Bissaka has already signed. Gio will keep you updated on all that stuff, I'm sure. Anyway, listen, thank you for joining me. Got for, I don't know, a little chat about West Ham by the lake. There's the boat there. That's seen some fun. A few people have gone in. I don't know if you can see it. There's a rope. The kids, or the boys, I say the kids, the boys keep trying to shimmy across the rope from one side of the bank to the other, and it's not been too successful.